Thanks for joining me. With the end of school coming, our Department of Recreation will be at its busiest running camps and activities for kids across Montgomery County. As you can imagine, rec employment swells during the summer with more than 1,300 seasonal employees, teenagers, and young adults. They coordinate activities for children and teens in addition to what the rec normally does for seniors in our 22 regional rec centers year-round. The only summer days that rec programs will take a break are Friday, June 19th for Juneteenth, and Friday and Saturday, July 3rd and 4th for Independence Day. The mission of the department is to provide high-quality, diverse, and accessible programs, services, and facilities. They do that at a lower cost to our residents than many alternative summer activities, like specialty sports camps. I've been paying attention to the rising role of the private equity in youth sports programming that is leading to skyrocketing costs for families who have children who want to participate. Essentially, Wall Street is once again fleecing families, and that's why it's critical that local governments need to continue investing in offering affordable summer activities, camps, and sports leagues. Summer program registration has been open for 2 weeks now. There are separate guides out now for our camps, summer classes, and for activities for the 55 and older crowd. You can register online through Active Montgomery or call 240-777-6840 with any questions. The Director of Montgomery County Recreation, Gabe Albornoz, joined my media briefing this week to discuss some of the special events going on this summer.
We have a number of activities planned, including teen nights out, summer street ball, summer flag football. Maybe we can get the county executive to come and play a little summer flag football with the youth, which would be fabulous. And of course, we have our Soccer for Change program, and we have drop-in programs at all 22 of our recreation centers, as the county executive mentioned. We know how important it is to engage and make sure that our youth have positive activities supported by caring adults. And with all of the juvenile activity that we're seeing across this region, it's even more important that we provide and stand up those opportunities for our youth, and we are proud to do so. I'd also like to mention that, as the county executive also mentioned, we hire more than 1,000 seasonal employees in the summer, many of them youth themselves, and we still have some positions open this summer within our aquatics team for lifeguards and other positions. So please visit mocorec.com to learn more about those particular employment opportunities. And the last thing I'll mention for now, and this of course is a commemorative summer, we have the World Cup, which will be taking place this summer, and we are partnering with our colleagues in the Department of Parks to have a viewing on July 19th for the final game at 3 o'clock at Wheaton Regional Park. There will be more information in the coming weeks to let you know about that opportunity. And we are hosting 2 fabulous events this summer. The first will be on July 3rd to commemorate the county's 250-year celebration. I'll be coming back on to talk more about that event closer to the date, but that will be held at Newport Mill Park next to Einstein High School on Friday, July 3rd, and that will kick off a summer of activities to celebrate the county's 250-year anniversary, which will be officially later in September. And then on the 4th of July, we will be marking the country's 250-year anniversary at our Germantown Glory event by the Soccerplex on Saturday, July 4th. So there are many activities that our county residents have to be able to choose from.
Before I highlight the recently passed budget and its impact on Montgomery County Public Schools, I have to say one thing about Council President Natalie Fondy Gonzalez's comments on the budget's taxes. She said that they didn't support raising property taxes. It's not quite true. All homeowners, including condos, get a $692 tax credit on their annual bill. It reduces your property taxes by $692. The majority, led by the president, voted to remove the tax credit, and it will not be on your tax bill July 1st. That means your property taxes will be going up by $692, and that is a tax increase last time I checked. Developers will contribute no additional taxes to the effort to fund the budget. The full weight of the so-called non-tax increase falls on the backs of residents, and my budget was balanced and without creating a $150 million revenue hole going into the next budget. As I discussed last week with the County Council's finalization of the FY27 budget, Montgomery County Public Schools are facing a significant budget shortfall. This is money they'd requested and very much needed, which is why I proposed a budget that fully funded their entire request. Unfortunately, they're now looking at a $36 million gap, and they're going to have to make cuts. Under the reductions currently under consideration by the Board of Education are cuts that would eliminate hundreds of employees, including more than 40 social workers, 18 school psychologists, 17 therapeutic counselors for students learning English, and $1.6 million in mental health contracts. A combined reduction in student support and staffing, unlike anything our district has seen in recent memory. At the same time, we've watched our schools navigate a genuinely difficult period. This past school year, MCPS responded to bomb threats, weapons on campus, and assaults on staff. Out-of-school suspensions rose by 26%. The district updated its code of conduct at the start of the school year to hold students more accountable, and rightly so. But accountability without support is not a strategy, it's a gap. The professionals we risk losing are not ancillary. They are often the first to notice when a student is struggling, the first to intervene before a situation escalates, and the last line of support for families who have nowhere else to turn. If those positions do disappear, the burden does not disappear with them. Instead, it shifts onto the teachers, onto the administrators, and onto families, and ultimately onto our children. I understand the physical realities of our school systems facing now. Difficult trade-offs are unavoidable, but I also believe the community deserves a full and honest conversation about what these specific reductions would mean in practice, in classrooms, in hallways, and in homes across the county. A growing body of national data shows that student achievement has been slipping for more than a decade, highlighting concerns about early literacy and the negative impact of technology on learning. If you think about it, that last one's not surprising. When most of us went to school, you'd get an assignment, read, figure out how to answer it, and hopefully get it right. Now you can give a question to a student, they feed it to AI gives them an answer, and they can cut and paste into their assignment. The question was answered, but you didn't learn anything in answering it. We have short-circuited the thinking process. That decline coincides with the introduction also of smartphones into the lives of teens and preteens. Passing test scores in math are way down compared to 2013's high water mark. There's also a need for stronger accountability at every level of the education system. Evidence shows that the best performing states tend to pair evidence-based instruction with sustained in-school support for teachers and renewed focus on measurable outcomes. At the same time, rising absenteeism, reduced reading outside of school continue to slow the recovery, underscoring the need for targeted investments and clear expectations as we plan for the year ahead. I'm calling on MCPS leadership and the board to carefully weigh the downstream costs of reducing student mental health and behavioral support at this particular moment. And I'm asking you, parents, educators, neighbors, and residents, to share your concerns with policymakers. Public comment opportunities are available at the Board of Education meetings. I encourage you to attend, to write, and to speak. Your persistence is as important as your voice on these issues. Your school system is listening, and so am I. Last Thursday, I was proud to join Howard County Executive Calvin Ball to break ground on 4 stops for Flash Bus Rapid Transit service into Howard County. For as long as I've been involved in East County issues, the traffic on 29 has been a big one. The large influx of drivers from Howard County makes its presence felt in the congestion there. That's why I approached Howard County more than a decade ago, asking them to think about supporting the extension of BRT up to Columbia. Now that day has arrived. Establishing an extensive BRT network has been one of my signature initiatives during my administration, making this expansion a major new milestone. By extending the US 29 Flash line from Silver Spring to downtown Columbia, we're creating a seamless connection that reflects how many people in our 2 counties live and work. Our riders shouldn't have to feel the line where one county ends and another county begins is a border. Instead, we are building a continuous community on a highly traveled corridor. US 29 Flash currently carries 2,600 passengers every weekday. The extension will supply Flash BRT service to Howard County every 15 minutes during weekend rush hours starting this fall. This project opens doors to jobs and housing for more people. This corridor will provide faster and more convenient travel to major employers like Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Labs and the upcoming Viva White Oak development, while linking riders to Metro, MARC Train, and the future Purple Line. I'm also excited that this service will be powered by 4 brand new zero-emission electric buses, purchased with $3.35 million in federal grant funding, along with a contribution from Howard County. These buses are part of our commitment to sustainable solutions that protect our air quality, and they even feature a new design with clear windows so you can enjoy the view while you ride. When we invest in transit, we're investing in our economy and our environment. This partnership shows that regional cooperation can do something to improve the quality of life for residents in both counties. I look forward to seeing the Flash network continue to grow across our region. Eid al-Adha is a major Islamic holiday observed this week. Montgomery County continues to be strengthened by the incredible diversity of our residents across cultures, races, ethnicities, faiths, and life experiences. Our Muslim community plays a vital role in enriching the fabric of our county, contributing to every neighborhood and every sector with generosity, leadership, and service. Let's all honor the traditions of compassion and sacrifice and unity that this holiday represents. We're grateful for the many ways our Muslim neighbors support and uplift our broader community throughout the year. May this Eid bring peace, joy, and prosperity to all our Muslim residents and to their families and loved ones. Eid al-Adha Mubarak. Throughout the month of May, our Department of Health and Human Services has been highlighting the importance of good mental health. It's just as important as your physical health. Seeing a therapist doesn't mean there's necessarily something wrong, because they can help in a variety of ways, from relieving stress and anxiety to dealing with the side effects of trauma. Our DHS clinics offer one-on-one counseling at no charge. One of the easiest ways to access that is through the DHHS Mobile Health Clinic, which brings medical, dental, behavioral health, and human services to underserved and vulnerable populations and communities. Because clinic hours and sites vary, you should email mobilehealthclinic@montgomerycountymd.gov, or you can call 240-777-1017 for more information. The county's crisis center is available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Services there are provided by telephone 240-777-4000 or in person at 1301 Picard Drive in Rockville, with no appointment needed. Mobile crisis outreach teams also provide emergency crisis evaluations for individuals who are experiencing a mental health crisis. Help for suicidal thoughts is available through 988 by calling, texting, or opening a chat online at chat.988lifeline.org. We're celebrating Happy Pride throughout June. In 2019, history was made when we raised the first Pride flag at the Executive Office Building in Rockville, a moment that continues to symbolize resilience in the ongoing civil rights struggle for the LGBTQ+ community. Montgomery County celebrates the journey from silence to celebration. Pride Month is a time to reflect on progress and focus on the work ahead. It's about ensuring that everyone deserves to feel safe, living their lives as they truly are. This year's flag raising is set for 9 a.m. on Thursday, June 4th at Veterans Memorial Plaza at the Executive Office Building. While Maryland was once behind, Montgomery County has led the way, passing anti-discrimination law in 1984, long before the state followed suit in 2001. Before current protections, same-sex partners were often denied access to loved ones in hospitals during their most difficult moments. I saw that firsthand in Tacoma Park. When I was a council member there, we passed a law to allow same-sex couples to have the same access to loved ones in hospitals that everyone else expects. The LGBTQ Bill of Rights, passed in 2020, that ensures the LGBTQ+ residents, particularly seniors and those living with HIV, can receive health care without fear or bigotry. Despite this progress here, the national temperature has changed, making this work more difficult. Leaders have expressed concern over attempts to erase history and fuel hate, when in truth, they're using fear to deny the LGBTQ community their basic rights. Recent Supreme Court rulings, such as Mahmoud versus Taylor, which allows parents to opt children out of LGBTQ inclusive lessons, highlight a shift toward exclusion that many fear will ostracize queer youth. Pride means showing up as an ally every day, not just in June. Here is how you can take action. Attend events like Pride in the Plaza at Veterans Plaza in Silver Spring on Sunday, June 28th to celebrate authenticity and visibility. Look at the Ride with Pride bus on Montgomery County routes throughout June, which serves as a moving symbol of inclusion and social justice. Support or visit the MoCo Pride Center in Bethesda, a one-stop shop for social, cultural, and health resources. The movement still needs advocacy. Participate in Montgomery County's LGBTQ Advisory Board, which is open to the public, or join support groups like Hope and Support Circle to foster community joy and resilience. If you witness or experience discrimination in housing, employment, or public spaces, report it. You can call 311 or contact the Montgomery County Office of Human Rights to file a complaint. Standing with the LGBTQ+ community makes us stronger, a better community overall. That's why we should support the use of inclusive books and materials in schools that help every student feel seen and safe. As we look forward to the future, let's ensure that the links in our community bond remain strong and that we never go backwards. That's the wrap for today. I hope you have a great week. Hopefully the weather gets better, and I'll be back again next week.